Okay, so let's talk about the week 2 task. Dito sa inyong module 1, nandito pa rin tayo sa module 1, week 1 and 2. So, projectile motion is lesson 2. And please do watch the video so that you have a bit background of what projectile motion is. So, the first thing for you to do is to answer let's recall, wherein you need to refresh your mind about the different topics that we have already discussed. So, first here, we have the uniformly accelerated motion in horizontal dimension. What I know, so that means you have to write what have you learned and the different equations that is under uniformly accelerated motion in horizontal dimension. Same as with UAM under vertical dimension or free fall, what I know, and the equations under UAM vertical dimension. And then next is you have to do the activity here in Let's Explore. So you have to read this first, the whole text in here, and then below is the activity wherein you need to complete the table for the horizontal and vertical motion of a projectile. So, dito sa activity na to, says here, meron ditong statement wherein nakalagay of forces. Okay? Forces, dito naman sa column na to is the horizontal motion and vertical motion. So, paano siya gagawin? Forces, present, may present bang force sa horizontal motion? Yes or no? Okay? How about vertical motion? May present ba na forces? So, yes or no lang din yung sagot. Kapag yes yung naging sagot mo, in what direction? So, it's either up or down direction. Or, pwede ring left and right direction. Pwede rin yun. Okay? Next is acceleration. Okay? Under acceleration naman, sabi dito, present ba si acceleration sa horizontal motion? Okay, present ba si acceleration sa horizontal motion? So, yes or no lang din. How about sa vertical motion? Yes or no? Okay, kapag sinabi natin present, meron bang acceleration under horizontal motion? Yes or no? Okay, how about si vertical motion? Meron bang acceleration na involved? Yes or no lang din. If yes, again, you have to indicate in what direction is that. Okay, halimbawa, ang sinagot mo sa horizontal, ilagay natin dito, horizontal, and dito sa vertical. So, halimbawa, sinagot mo dito, yes, merong acceleration dyan sa horizontal motion. In what direction? Oh, so, i-include mo rin kung anong direction. Pwedeng down, ganyan, up, or whatsoever. Okay, next is velocity. Sa velocity ba, under ng horizontal motion, is it constant or changing? When we say constant, hindi nagbabago. Okay? Pag sinabing changing, pabago-bago. Okay? So, under ng horizontal ba, ang velocity ay constant or changing? So, ang ilalagay nyo is the word constant or the word changing. And then, under vertical motion naman, present ba si velocity sa vertical motion? Is it constant or changing? Okay, so mamimili lang din kayo ng isasagot sa word na constant or changing. Okay, so ganun lang kadali yung let's, ano yun, explore. Okay, next one is, again, you have to read this one. Kailangan yung basahin yan. Nasa video na yan kung ano yung mga kailangan gawin dyan. Same as here. The next one is yung let's remember. So, under let's remember, we have two parts. You have the true or false, wherein you have to read the statement for you to identify if it is true or false. So, dito po, answer only na lang, ha? So, 1 to 5 yan, true or false. B is problem solving. So, under B, sabi dito, a ball is thrown horizontally from the top of 1.6 meter high table with an initial velocity of 2.4 meter per second. Find the required time for the ball to reach the ground and the horizontal displacement covered by the ball. So in this certain problem, you are asked to answer two quantities. First is you have to look for the time and the displacement. So, dalawa yung hinahanap dito sa problem na to. So, first you have to identify the given, di ba? So, we have here, identify na natin yung given, ha? We have here, D is equal to, or height kasi yan yung kung gaano kataas yung rooftop. Okay, so we have 1.6 meter. Then we have the velocity, initial velocity VI is equal to 2.4 meter per second. Okay, so A, you have to look for the time. And B, you have to look for the displacement. dx siya kasi under siya ng horizontal. Okay, so the formula for time, pwede niyong gamitin to, is square root of 2D over G. While the formula for displacement dx is equal to V, or velocity, times time. Okay, so VI times time. So ito yung pwede nyong gamitin na formula. Ito for letter A, and this one is for letter B. Okay, so let's talk about let's apply. So under let's apply, we have here a table wherein yung sagot nyo ay manggagaling dito sa problem. It says here, a stone is thrown horizontally with an initial velocity of 10 meter per second. Determine the position and velocity of the projectile after 1, 2, 3, and 4 seconds. Use G, or acceleration due to gravity, as 9.8 meter per second squared, which is a constant number. Okay, so in this column, nandito yung naka-indicate dito yung seconds. So, syempre, as you throw an object, umaandar din yung oras, di ba? That's why time changes. Okay? That's why we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 seconds. Then, dito naman, sa second column, we have the vertical distance, or dy in meters, d sub y. And then, third column is horizontal distance, or dx, kasi nga horizontal, in meters. Meters yung unit. And fourth column, we have the vertical velocity, or v sub y. Meter per second is the unit. And horizontal velocity, or vx, v sub x, and meter per second ang unit. So now, dito, kailangan natin isolve yung kada missing information dito sa table na ito. So in here, first one is, you have to solve for the dy. Okay, so we have here the vertical distance. The formula used for vertical distance is dy is equal to g, or acceleration due to gravity, times time squared over 2. Okay, so yan yung pwede natin gamitin. So by the way, yung mga given natin dito, we have, sulat natin, so we have velocity, or initial velocity, is equal to 10 meter per second. Then we have g is equal to 9.8 meter per second squared. Yan yung mga given natin, di ba? So ito yung gagamitin nating equation dito sa lahat ng nawawala dito. G is a constant number. Ito lang lagi yung gagamitin, right? And then yung time, syempre mababago-bago siya. At this point sa letter A, ang gagamitin yung time ay 1. Okay? So 1 second squared, that is 1 times 1, and then multiply mo siya sa 9.8 meter per second squared, then i-divide mo sa 2, that is the answer in letter A. Okay, so ganun lang siya kadali. So lahat dito ay ganun yung gagawin ninyo. Syempre mababago yung time, Diba? So, dito, ang gagamitin yung time ay 2 seconds. Dito, 3. Dito, 4. Okay? Next is the horizontal distance or the d sub x. D sub x is equal to Vx times time. Okay? So, yun yung gagamitin natin formula. Ang gagamitin nating b sub x is the initial velocity which is 10 meter per second. Mumultiply mo siya sa time. So, in here, 10 times 1 second. Okay, so, yun na yung sagot, right? So, dito, ganun lahat ang gagamitin nating formula. Then, dito naman, vertical velocity, we have v sub y is equal to g or acceleration due to gravity times time. Yan lang yung formula niya, di ba? So, g is a constant number, 9.8 meter per second squared times the time. So, kung dito yan, 1 ang gagamitin mong time. Times 1 second. That's it. Multiply lang. Tapos na. Diba? So, lahat yan, i-apply mo yung formula na yan. Then, lastly, horizontal velocity, which is v sub x is equal to dx divided by time. Okay, so dito, sa ano na to, column na to, v sub x is under here, di ba? So, kung ano yung sagot mo dun, di-divide mo siya sa 1 second. So, halimbawa, ang sagot mo dito ay, sample lang kunwari, ang nakuha mo ay 2 meters. So, dito, magiging sagot mo ay 2 meters divided by 1 second. You have 2 divided by 1 is 1 meter per second. Okay, so yun na isasagot mo dito. 1 meter per second. Okay, so kung mapapansin nyo, yung time lang naman yung nababago actually, di ba? So, dito sa row na to, lahat ay 1 second yung gagamitin yung time. Okay, lahat 1. Dito, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so ganun lang yung gagawin natin. Then lastly, you have to answer D. Let's evaluate in page 18 hanggang page 19. Answer only lang po. So, ito, kailangan ng solution. So, you have to show your solution.